Nope. Stopped at a 14 right there.
Look at you. You're always tricky, right?
It's a power trip. Stop it when I want to.
Bam. Hi, Ryan.
Would do that again?
Bam. Bam.
Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of that chef when he spices things up.
Oh, let's add a little onion. Bam. And a little paprika. Hey, you guys want some pepper? And then he pretends like he forgot about the pepper and is just putting it more and more in. And the crowd's just going, oh my God, Emerald, don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, oh yeah. Oh, and then a little lemon. Bam. Yes.
You are Emerald Lagasse.
I'm Emerald Lagasse. Thank you.
You're Eugene Levy and Emerald Lagasse put together.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that.
All right. How are you? Well, okay. So welcome everybody. It's a Thursday. Let's hurry up and get to this. We got a friend waiting. Dan, let's give us a beautiful, wonderful introduction.
Okay. Guys, let's do this, right? All right, we have a first-time reader. You all know him. He's been with us. This is our 14th episode now. So you should know this guy by now. Everyone at home, quietly applaud for our first-time reader named Todd. Oh, look at this reading dog. Hey, Todd.
Gentlemen, good to see you.
Where?
Where?
Do you guys remember that dance, the dab? I think I'm getting it.
My kids taught me that one.
Your kids tell you it?
Boop. Boop. Dab, baby. Hi, Todd.
Hello.
How's your week been?
It's been good, man. It's been busy. Super busy.
Busy is better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Busy in a good way or busy in a bad way?
Busy in a good way, indeed.
Oh, like getting busy.
Got the chapters in. Always getting busy with the chapters.
Always getting busy. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Getting busy with the chapter.
Yeah.
Chapter
So
30.
we read chapter 30, chapter 31, and chapter 32. Let's jump right into it, guys. Unless there's any other business, Ryan, did you read the meetings from last? Is there any members that we need to greet? Was there any birthdays? Oh yeah, it was my birthday. Hi. And happy tomorrow is Ryan's birthday. So
birthday week. Everyone is having a birthday week.
We're all October birthdays.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm October 27th.
See, when you do the math, we're all kind of New Year's babies then, because it was right around the new year, and hey, hope springs eternal, and then 9 months later, here comes Brother Dan, and a couple years later, it's a new year, honey. Hope springs eternal, and 9 months later comes my brother Ryan.
Yes.
Yay.
So New Year's was a good time for our parents, I think. Gross. Ew.
I shudder to think.
Gross.
I shudder to think.
Yeah. Oh well.
Embrace it.
So yes, Libras unite, baby. We're the scales, but if we're all scales, then I mean, what's being judged? The books, I guess. The books.
So you know who we're like? We're all born really close apart. Close to each other. We're like Rand, Matt, and Perrin.
Yeah, but I'm like 3 years older.
Yeah, they're all the same age.
So I'm safe from a fade. It's one of you scoundrels.
Hey, that's a great idea, Todd. Yes, and we are very close together. Do we bend the pattern around us is the question.
That's what remains to be seen.
That's a good question.
Yes.
I barely have people walk around me on the street. I doubt I'm bending any patterns.
And what is the pattern?
Yeah. All right. So we are in chapter 30. It is called Children of Shadow, and we have a cool, a sun that looks like a sublime tattoo, kind of.
And
Yeah.
Kitty.
Yeah.
We have, and it starts off in the steading where we left off. Perrin, Egwin, and Elias are hanging out by the pool still. And then they kind of get word that there might be danger coming.
Yeah, they get ascending from the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
They both kind of are just doing their normal thing, and they just went whoop, and they stared off. I imagine that would have looked pretty funny if you're watching them.
Right. They're just
what?
dropping their sticks and just cleaning up the camp real fast, trying to make it like no one was there.
There's also, Perrin drops something pretty heavy, I guess, right? About Egwin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like, he loves her, but not like that, but not like a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Yeah, huh?
What?
Yeah.
So what's going on there? Like, I was like, wait, what? She isn't like a sister, but she and Rand, blood and ashes.
Yeah.
Doesn't even want to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And Elias is kind of goading him like, so do you hate her, boy? Because of her womanly ways?
Oh, yeah, Elias. Yeah.
Them womanly ways holding you back, boy, huh?
Well, I mean, he's still, he exposed himself with the Tinkers. Not figuratively. He tried not to expose himself. He tried to hide it with his axe. But we all agreed that he had his first erection with the Tinkers. It lasted the entire time he was with them.
Sure, that is
The
canon.
entire time.
And he is now just goading him on, like, oh, what, you hate her now? Is she making you hard? What's going on?
Oh no. Yeah. And he's like, feels like an axe.
Leave me alone. It's embarrassing.
I'm going down to the pool. Leave me alone.
They also do talk about the axe, and he's about to chuck the axe. Elias catches his wrist and says, hold on to it. You're probably the better one to use it than anyone because you hate it. When you start to love it, then you throw it away.
Ooh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
He's right, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and Elias, I agree with them so much. Like,
yeah, I bought a treadmill, and the minute I started loving it, just threw it away. Just said, nope, can't get attached to this. I love it too much. I just love moving my body and sweating, and I just threw it away.
Really?
I can relate.
So they quickly clean up the camp real fast.
Yeah.
Oh crap. And Perrin tells Egwin what he heard from the wolves. He said he's pretty much like, well, because Egwin doesn't know what's going on, and he's like, yeah, there's men on horses, and he gets like a thing of fire, and he's like, yeah, and I think they have torches. But they smell funny.
Oh yeah, he says they smell wrong.
They smell wrong. Yeah, not funny like clowns.
I was gonna say they smell with their ears.
So what? So let's talk about that for a little bit, if you care to, Todd.
Yeah, it's just the wolf sense. I guess they sense. They explain things and just in smells and sight. It's a more simple approach, I guess.
Well, to go a little bit further in the same chapter, when Perrin is walking down to the White Cloaks, he's scrunching his nose to try and get rid of the smell. They smell wrong. They smell funky for some reason.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
Dan, did you scrunch your nose when you read it?
There was all kinds of actions that are weird. There's like there's shy smile, or there's expectant smiles, and shy and something else. There's something else I marked down here that I couldn't figure out how to do it. I tried a couple times.
That's so great. Okay, everyone, just imagine.
But yeah, a smile that never touches my eyes. Yeah, I can do that now.
Yeah, here we go.
Smile.
As opposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so there is a lot of men coming. Dapple says they smell wrong. It says it's sort of the way a rabid dog smells wrong. Elias takes off with the wolves and says, "Go east or west, and I'll find you. Whatever occurs, I will find you. Stay alive, I will find you." Total Last of the Mohicans moment.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Perrin takes Egwin. Egwin is kind of a little confused, but he's like, "Come on, let's go. It's time to go." Takes her and Bella. And actually, he finds a... I don't really know how to picture in my head. I guess there was a hill and then a big rock outcrop, and within the hill was completely shadowed. And it seemed like it might be a good hiding spot. Perrin was able to see it, even though it was pretty dark out. To him, it just seemed like it was twilight.
Right.
And he sees,
really cool.
and he sees that it's a hand. And based on the statue they were at, he's like, "Okay, we'll shelter in the palm of Arthur Hawkwing's hand, and hopefully he will provide justice for us."
So cool.
Get a little info dump. Elias with his encyclopedic memory of events and stories.
Right. Last week he just kind of spilled the guts about Arthur Hawkwing.
Professor Elias. Yep.
But right now he's off running with the wolves. They're hiding, and they start to hear and see the horses coming.
Hey, Marty. Hey, MK. Hey, Tree. Just want to say hi.
Hi, guys.
They're late. We forgive you, as is the way.
I still throw kisses like pizzas, like frisbees in a park,
like lawn darts.
Like when, yeah. Like I'm gonna kill a child or two with my kisses.
Say like unsafe games of lawn dart.
This is the way.
Yes, indeed. So he takes Egwin in. They shelter in the palm of Arthur Hawkwing's hand.
Go long.
And he starts to kind of give a little play-by-play. Even though he's just hearing things, he's like, "Oh, the men saw wind. Okay, they have torches. They're coming." And then he starts to see these little packs. They seem like they're pretty organized packs doing a search. They know that there was something there, and the wolves are starting to confront these men with torches. You start to hear screams as the horses start getting hamstrung, and men's throats are being crushed by jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when it's super tense, Egwin out of the blue is like, "Perrin, will you dance with me on Sunday?"
Oh yeah. So okay. So she says at Sunday. Is that like a Edmondsfield?
That's a good. Yeah, I picked up on that too. Good point. Good pickup.
Exactly. He said it because she says if we're home by then. So it does seem that Sunday has some relevance besides just being football day.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, fantasy football every morning. Live updates. Anyway. And he's tender about it. He doesn't know if he's laughing or crying, which is sad.
Did you do that, Dan?
No, I tried. I tried. What I did is I jerked my shoulders a little bit. Like it could have been a chuckle, but it could have been a sob. But I knew what I was doing. So I couldn't do that. Yeah.
It's like a back kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
It's kind of a laugh cry.
All right, here you go.
That was the saddest, funniest joke I've ever heard.
That was brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Really did. Really
So he
did.
whispers, I promise. Yeah. Makes a promise to Egwene. Elias is out there with the wolves. The wolves are going crazy. The wolves, you just hear people screaming. Elias is out there too. They described him as a two-legged wolf with a long knife out there just attacking. But then Perrin sees that this kind of these torches that were kind of far away and going on a zigzag pattern are getting closer and closer every time they appear. They're closer. And he's like, oh, snap. We should probably react to this. But then right then, around the turn, was about a dozen men and horses. Way too close. If they move, they're going to get caught.
Now,
So
do you think any of the other two Edmund Fielders would have waited so long? Like, is this Perrin falling trap to his slow kind of considered nature? Is he's like kind of seeing it happening? Is like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Should he have just bolted like a little bit earlier, or what do you think?
It definitely played into and led to what happens to him, I think.
Like, I don't know necessarily could have gotten away, but
I think that's a really good point, Ryan. It's emphasized early on that Perrin really doesn't do anything without thinking it through 2 or 3 times. And so when he finally acts, he's determined about it, but it's not a quick action that he is known for.
nope.
Yep.
Nope. Okay. Just thought that out.
And lo and behold, they almost pass by. One guy kind of just looks up the hill and goes, blah, 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 blah. All the horses go, blah, 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 blah. Then they stop, and everyone is just pointing their torches and looking up right at where Perrin and Egwene are hiding. The one time so far that Bella has not been an asset is when they're trying to hide in the shelter of Arthur Hawkwing's hand. Because they said, wait, isn't that a horse? Oh, Bella! Bum, 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 bum.
How dare she?
So the Bella, the horse giveth, and then the horse taketh away.
So I imagine she tried her best. Like, I imagine she went to a tree and was like trying to hide behind it, but her big butt was hanging out on one side and her head was hanging out the other side. But she really tried her best.
She thought she was hiding. It's like a 2-year-old who closes their eyes and goes, "You can't see me."
Yep. Or like Charlie Brown when he hides behind a tree and you still see his ears.
Oh,
That was Bella.
Charlie Bella.
Man.
Charlie!
Blockhead. Dun, 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 dun. So besides just moving forward, what are your thoughts right now when during all this is going on, Todd?
I really like the part where, Perrin says he's looking at everything through one vantage point. Wait, where is it? And I guess he's like going into the wolf's bodies and seeing what they're seeing and tasting what they're tasting. And they're attacking the men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So what do you think's going on here, man?
So he is, his wolf telepathy is just building and building, just getting better and better. He's getting closer and closer with them, and it totally reminds me of Game of Thrones with all the dire wolves and like how those characters are melded with them. Like each
the war
child
game
had one. So it's really cool. I really dig that part of it.
and so well written.
I know, it's amazing. Just melding.
So well written. So it's not hard to follow. You really clearly are seeing what's happening. Even when like shifting of consciousness. It's very clear what's happening. It's really well done.
Cheers, Robert Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done, RJ.
So yeah.
Yeah. This wolf interaction stuff, especially when they're on like a killing spree of men and horses, must be something. Must be something to Perrin, who is tasting blood. He's feeling
that's
death in his. While he's just hiding, he's just probably like, oh, blood, yeah, crunch. Oh, that was a throat. Yeah, I just tasted a horse sinew. Oh, yeah, yummy.
But then also feeling the wounds they're taking.
Correct. And the whole time, Egwin's like, "Will you dance with me?" And he's like,
right.
hold on, baby, I'm busy.
Hello, outer body experience.
Come on, can't you see I'm tasting blood over here?
Maybe that's why she did
ask.
Yeah, she tried to pull him out of his revelry.
That's her new thing.
So
running with wolves, man.
So the men stop. They yell up. One of the they could tell it's a white cloak. He could see their white cloaks, hence the name. And one of them yells out, pretty much says, "If you can understand human speech, you have a minute to come down, and if you walk in the light, then you will be spared. Otherwise, we will kill you starting now. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi." And so Perrin and Egwin are like, "Oh man, we can't run now. They'll kill us. They'll catch us and kill us." Egwin's like, "What are we gonna do?" And Perrin just decides to take it upon himself, stands up, and starts walking down the hill. The Egwin is a little shocked. In fact, what did she do? She after a oh no, it was just a sigh, I guess. There was but she does something else where she has her mouth agape that I did. He's carrying the axe as he's going down. They tell him to drop the axe, but he's just kind of stumbling forward. They say, "Drop it, bumpkin." They all put their spears up to him, and it looks like that spear it says it has enough metal that it could easily go right through him. So he walks up and suddenly yells out, "No!
No! Yes.
No!" Yeah.
That happened.
And I would like to read this part if I can, because this is magical to me.
This is very
Out of the night, Hopper came, and Perrin was one with the wolf. Hopper, the cub who had watched the eagle soar and wanted so badly to fly through the sky as the eagles did. The cub who hopped and jumped and leaped until he could leap higher than any other wolf, and who never lost the cub's yearning to soar through the sky. Out of the night, Hopper came and left the ground with a leap, soaring like the eagles. The white cloaks had only a moment to begin cursing before Hopper's jaws closed on the throat of the man with the lance leveled at Perrin. Hopper, who always just wanted to fly with the eagles, has some hops. He has some hops. He just jumped like way over a horse and took out a man who's sitting. It's probably a good 7.5 feet. How tall are you? Where's your throat level on a horse? That's pretty high.
I love too. Hopper says, "Run, brother."
Run, brother.
Oh, so brother. Moving. So moving. He's just like himself.
Yeah. And
what was that like for you, Todd?
It's very just it's an emotional moment. You know, the wolves and Perrin, they've become so close, and just how he's described too, you know, as always wanting to fly, or as they describe him as that, and he does it, and he saves his friend, his brother. It's very emotional.
I mean, like that whole. I mean, I was really torn up when I read this again. going back to his being a little puppy, right? Like little Hopper,
Right,
puppy,
little cub.
No.
just jumping, like having the fun. I mean, Dan has a puppy right now. You can imagine just the joy of a puppy and just the whole life. And so they've taken to Perrin and they've sacrificed so much for him. And if you think about it, Hopper had one eye. He had lost his eye from a raven and has been running full sprint almost this entire time to get back to them to help them again after getting mauled by ravens. And he had them on that hunt to help track down the raven. So these guys have been in battle for Perrin, and this is not the first time they've saved him. It's so awesome. I mean,
Right.
the way it's written, Hopper knew he was jumping his last jump. He sacrificed his life for Perrin.
Correct. Yeah. And he goes to jump again and gets pinned down by 2 lances to the dirt. And his last thought that we get from him is to soar.
Oh, man, yeah. Marty Beck's feeling it. That was beautifully written, but I was so pissed. Yes,
Yeah.
I was pissed also. Pissed at the White Cloaks. Pissed at what happens to all the wolves. I mean, the wolves are just getting decimated. It really does seem like they're losing it. They're not doing well. Every time they're in battle, they're losing numbers really easily, it seems. But
Perrin reacts to this animalistically.
yeah, like an idiot.
He screams, and it said that scream had some wolf in it. And we aren't really told what happens. He just gets conked on the head, and he is not sure if it was he or Hopper who actually died. Yeah.
No, but it did say that his axe was like air or something like that. Something like his axe, something the way his axe.
The axe was a feather in his hands. One huge wolf's tooth of steel.
Just right, like so. He just leveled
Perrin
up.
is ready.
He just leveled
Perrin
up.
is ready. Totally.
A feather.
Perrin is ready, dude, to take some White Cloaks out.
So it's like the Princess Bride. He's like, "Oh, you're a 6-finger man. Someone's looking for you." Conk. He falls. Perrin wakes up. He wakes up actually, and he's singing a Steve Miller song as he's waking.
That's which one? Yeah, Steve Miller.
I want to soar like the eagles. Todd, you knew what I was saying, right?
Oh,
Did you know? Okay. So he wakes up thinking soar like
slipping into the future.
So he wakes up thinking soar like the eagles. We don't know what necessarily began with that, but we know that Hopper's last thoughts was to soar. Perrin has a 7-day hangover right now. He's just like, oh God, I can't even move really. But not hungover. His head's he got beat on. He had blood dripping down his cheek and stuff. Egwin's like, oh, Light Perrin, I'm so glad you're alive. La la la. And they're in like a nice tent, like a nice square tent. Nice craft wood, nice neat, floor. Everything's tip top and ship shape.
Yeah. Details only a craftsman would notice.
Right.
Thinks. I like that part.
And there was I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go for it, man.
Oh.
Carry on.
In the tent, sharing the tent with them is an elderly, gray-haired man who is also wearing the white cloak of a white cloak. Actually, they are called the Children of the Light, but we call them white cloaks. Colloquially, or maybe as a slur, I'm not sure.
White cloak.
And the guy's kind of studying him. Perrin tries to get up and notices that they are tied like with horses as thick as with ropes as thick as you would tie a horse with. And Egwin is the same way. They're all just bound up. And this guy starts going through. Oh, I'm sorry. The tent flap opens up. Another guy comes in, and this is the guy who I couldn't do any of his facial expressions, Ryan. We learned that it's
Yes.
child buyer, but right now he's just a gaunt man.
He's a conflicted man.
Yes.
Hey, real quick. Hello, Ian Harris. Hello, DT.
Hey guys.
New arrivals. Just want to say hello.
Hello.
Come for the laughs. Stay for the insight.
Indeed.
Stay because we know where you live. Damn
it. Hey, we don't have a Patreon. Just give us a watch.
So this guy, child buyer, comes in, gives a breakdown of what happened that night. His account is crazy. His account is like 40 or 50 wolves, about a dozen men. Dark friends carry off all their dead. The wolves eat their dead. We probably, but give us a few days and we'll go gather them. But we probably won't get that many. But yeah, it was a ambush. I tell you, of dark friends.
All lies.
Well, and we find out that the man he's talking to is a Lord Captain. He's referred to, and he kind of gives him a little history. It takes him to school and goes, my dear child buyer, you silly boy. That was not 50 wolves. I'd say maybe 6 or 8, and the only humans maybe these 2 younglings here. You'll learn. Once you get out of the city, you'll learn wolves are pretty dodgy. They're all dark. People of the dark and all that. So yeah, but probably only 6 or 8, son.
A nice little lesson in Occam's razor.
Right. Right. The most likely suggestion is the one that generally is the correct one.
Indeed.
So these guys are either just on a mission, unlike any other, and they're gonna go on and do things I'm not going to mention because no spoilers, or they're just country bumpkins walking around in the middle of nowhere.
Correct.
Simple as that. Yep.
No, either one of them is highly unlikely, but there is one that is less unlikely.
So he kind of suggests, he's talking about the Emmett Fielding, and he goes, well, we'll talk to these 2 dark friends over here. And Perrin's like, we're not dark friends. And instantly, whoppa! He gets smacked in the head with his own axe shaft.
I gave him a like and subscribe right across the head.
Yeah, he smashed that like button right on the temple.
Bam.
Egwin jumps up and is like, you have no right. And he ninjas on her too, but she ducks it. He's
All
like,
right, good question. Did she actually duck it, or did he let her go? Was it what do you think?
Dude, Egwin's she's way quicker than Perrin.
Right, yeah, I mean, maybe he tried to get at her, but she's like, nope.
But to your point, Ryan, if he wanted to hit her, he would have just swung again.
Or he was impressed with her moves.
And he's like, whoa.
Hey, I gave you one swing. You get out, like, you're good.
That was like Crouching Tiger stuff. Okay, fine.
He's like,
he just
like, cool,
Matrix. All the while staring in the eyes, like not breaking eye contact.
Yeah,
What, bitch? You can't.
So they start trying to describe why they're there, and it seems like they just keep on falling into weird traps, or at least they're not giving the right answers. It seems.
Let me just say a quick sup
There's-
it to Dana Lou. Sup it, Dana Lou.
Hey.
Sup it.
Hello, Dana Lou. Goodbye, heart.
Hello, Dana.
Sweet Dana Lou. I saw. All right.
All right, let me explain what suppets is. Someone said sup puppets. It's now turned into suppets.
That works.
It's now canon.
I thought it was like a British biscuit or something.
Sounds like it.
It might be. Tea
Come
and
over.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
some suppets.
or cheese
Sounds
and
delicious.
Cheese and suppets. All right. So Child Buyer is saying, swings, hits Perrin, almost hits Egwin. He's like, you keep a civil tone, but doesn't really seem emotional about it. Just seems kind of cold and calculated about it. They mentioned wolves. Running with wolves is wolves are the Dark One, or a tool of the Dark One. Perrin almost
what,
gets hit
though?
again, kicked.
One thing we
Two
should
things.
bring up. We should bring up how Child Bear Buyer. I don't know how do you pronounce his name, but
What's your headcanon say? How do you pronounce it?
Buyer.
Okay.
Okay.
Buyer.
There's no right way. I just like hearing the way you say it. And
But
laugh.
Ryan, did you
Buyer.
hear what he said? Did you
God.
hear what he said? Jeez, Ryan. I mean, look
Every
at him. It's so funny. It's so fun. I know. Okay.
Okay, don't ever he still says Niniave or something. Ninive or something.
Naive.
Naive. I love it. All right, go.
It's so cute, right?
Perrine. No, I'm just
Petting.
but there's something. Oh man, Buyer. He's trying to be all sinister, and he says what he does to Hopper. I thought we'd bring that up.
Yeah.
It's like just a total dick move. Just
Total dick move.
I mean, yeah, he skins him, I guess, and he's like, "Oh yes, Lord, this will make a fine carpet for your tent."
And he's like, I don't need wolf skins, my friend. Thanks anyways, but no.
Whoops.
So right now, I imagine he is reacting as if I would react if someone said, "Hey, I just fucking killed Todd and ripped his skin off, and I'm going to give you Todd as a rug." What would I do?
Yeah. I'd probably growl.
Well, I mean, he's so connected. There's no distinction, I think. Well, I mean, I'm guessing. It seems from his reactions, he's not really seeing the distinction between his friendships with wolves and his friendships with humans.
Correct.
To his peril. I mean, he gets. He's exposing himself with his responses right here. It's really interesting.
Very.
Correct. And before all this happens, Child Buyer is asked to heft the axe, and he does like some.
Oh yeah.
This is a very well balanced thing. Yeah, he does some sweet moves with it. And he says that it's not a weapon of a farmer, and certainly not one of from one of like these little villagers.
Yep.
So these things are starting to check off against Perrin and Egwin. Everything that they are saying, the Lord Commander is just assuming that this is what a Dark Friend would say. They mentioned that there's a warder. They heard about wolves hate Trollocs. And they mentioned that a warder had told them. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, well, of course he would say that. He's a Dark Friend himself. He works for them witches up there.
Oh yeah.
And this just shows how ignorant they are, really. It seems obvious to me that they should not be mentioning these things.
Correct. And this is why we have protections where you can ask for an attorney. You're given the right to remain silent. These people aren't your friends.
It really matters, guys.
I plead the fifth. Do they have the fifth there? No.
When they say you have a right to attorney, you get that attorney, and you don't talk. All right, go on.
I'm San Bowie, and I'll fight for you.
San Bowie. I'm Nog. Have you been arrested on false premises?
Hello, my name is Nog.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Are you going through a bankruptcy right now? Legal problems? Do you owe the IRS some taxes? I can help. I'm Nog, the attorney at law. Call me day or night. And yes, and I will eat your children. I mean,
Enter the Dark One.
Let's fix that in post.
We'll fix that in post. All right, let's move on. We got some big chapters here, and we got a special thing later on too.
Brother Dan, you are stepping lively today. I'm throwing curveballs, and you're hitting them all out of the park.
Beautiful.
That's cool. Yeah, cool. All right. So where were we? All right. So Perrin almost gets kicked in the face again for mentioning that wolves aren't dark friends. They say they heard it from a warder. Warders are bad guys. Everything that they're saying is just being misconstrued, it seems, or just attacking up negative things on the dark friend column.
I like the part about he's like, Trollocs have wolves' muzzles and teeth and fur, don't you know?
Right, and that's a really good point. I thought he's like, yeah, of course they're dark ones. Look at Trollocs have wolf faces.
And Perrin's kind of thrown for a bit on that. He's like, he realizes something's wrong, but could not get his thoughts straight enough to puzzle it out. So he's kind of like, he's a little razzled.
Do you think it's from his like multiple concussions that he's receiving?
It's a part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's kind of like, wait, yeah, Trollocs do have wolves' muzzles. But then I guess Egwene chimes in. She's like,
right. She's like, well, no, they're all kinds. It's like a zoo.
It's like, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't advertise that you've seen all kinds of different Trollocs. That's not the coolest thing right now. Read the room, Egwene. So what's his name? The Lord Commander starts checking things off. He like does his 1. You admit to being acquainted with the warder. 2, you know what Trollocs are. Trollocs this far south. No, most people don't even know. He starts listing everything against him and is like,
you run with wolves.
Right. Why don't you tell me the truth now? Why you're running with wolves? Egwene is about to say one of her lies, and Perrin jumps in and says, we're from the Two Rivers. And then Egwene stared at him openly, and so I tried to do that. I tried to stare openly.
You're not in public doing this.
No, I'm in my garage or whatever. Yeah,
like cafes. These aren't in cafes
where I'm doing like sadistic laughs or smiling with my teeth that doesn't reach my eyes.
You're like on a bench and you're doing all this stuff and you're getting filmed. You're viral already. We don't even know it yet. We should be capitalizing. You should be looking this up.
Yeah. I'm sure someone's filming me and just going, look at what he's doing again. Is it? I think he's talking to someone. I'm not sure.
Hey, is that Eugene Levy again?
Yeah.
Is he trying out for a part in a movie?
Genie's here. Oh
so Perrin gives a pretty decent story, in my opinion. That they were off going. They decided to go to Shadow Logoth. They heard about this cool city. They got lost. There were Trollocs at Shadow Logoth. They ran across the river. They got lost. The wolves, I don't know. I thought they were your friends. They're not my friends. Wolves, blah. We were just hiding from them. We didn't got eaten. If we knew you were the children of the light, oh boy, we would have run down with our arms wide open. But he didn't mention the warder. Egwene bails him out. Egwene says, "Oh no, we met the warder in Whitebridge or Bearlawn, one of those." And yeah, he told us about Trollocs and wolves, and they hate each other. Okay, so but he's not buying it. He looks over at Perrin's stuff. Well, first of all, what did you think about like the story about this situation that they're in, being more or less interrogated by children of the light?
Oh yeah, it gets tangled. They're getting tangled, and with the children of the light, and it's just. I remember I was talking about this earlier in the previous chapters. They're bad news, They'll accuse you, they're quick to accuse, and they'll have their way with you, make things really difficult. So yeah, I'm really actually I'm nervous for Perrin and Egwin,
Right.
and they got to get away from these guys.
Now, I believe it's in this chapter where Perrin tries to reach out to the wolves. Is that in the, yeah? So Perrin does try to reach out to wolves and to Elias to see if they're around, and he gets nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing. He's like, nope, they left you, buddy. And he doesn't know whether to laugh or cry over that because he wanted them out of his head, but no, I don't know. They're his buddies now. I don't know, maybe he misses them.
Yeah, no, this is he's very conflicted for sure. We've seen all sides of that spectrum very, very quickly. Now he's yearning for them and they're gone, and it's an absence that he's feeling when their presence was a nuisance.
Totally. Well said, Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's definitely. Oh my God! Sorry.
Your ear's falling out. Hey,
dude, my ears.
You need an Aes Sedai healing?
Whoa! What?
Oh, we lost him.
Hello.
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 Hello. Do you need a healing? Hello.
Hello. Can you?
Hello? We are talking. All right. Well, let's keep going, Dan.
That's okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. We hear you fine, Todd. If you have an issue with that, we hear you okay.
Oh, yeah. It's weird. Something else piped into my audio.
Huh. Probably NSA. Just checking on our puppet thing. Anyway.
Don't worry. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay. So he tells Child Buyer to give them all back their stuff. Child Buyer is like, what? Egwin's like, oh, you're letting us go? That's awesome. He's like, no, of course not, child. I'm not going to let you go. But yeah, your story doesn't add up. Shadow Logoth, if you know that name, you're dodgy. And all this stuff. Things don't match up. We'll get the real story. We're going to go to Amador.
I'm aware.
I'm adored. I'm beloved.
This is the way.
So they Child Buyer is like, what? No, you're breaking the rules. He's like, what should we do? He's like, well, the penalty for dark friends is death. But he's like, no, they're young. Come on, your zeal is awesome, but you gotta be a little compassionate too. She didn't really do it. She's just happened to get caught up. But then he looks at Perrin and he's like, but you, my friend, this is a different story. You killed 2 of the children of the light, and I'm afraid when we get to Amador, there's a giblet waiting for you, buddy.
You are fucked.
You are fucked. Yes. Sorry, man. I wish I didn't have to do that. So that's pretty much where they're at. They're captured by the White Cloaks. Can't feel the wolves anymore. And they're going to Camelin. And then they are going to Amador. Any thoughts on this chapter?
Yeah, I mean, they're in deep duty here. These guys are bad news, and yeah. Dang it, you know what? I got to figure something out. I have like some audio that's piped into my.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, let's
it's like some political debate like going on in my earbuds, dude.
Beautiful. Who's winning?
I'm sorry.
All right. And which age is that being piped in from? Anyways, guys, we're going to end for now. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We have a music selection from an old band that I was in called One Fine Day.
They're great.
Yes.
The drummer is named Kevin, and he's in our Discord as Kev Cut. You'll see him occasionally. He'll see him occasionally in chats. Yes, he's an amazing drummer. So this is One Fine Day. It's a trio. We were doing this back in the 90s, 2000s.
And you got to mention Kevin Northcutt was also the second drummer or the other drummer in Depth Charge Revolt.
Yes. Yeah. So Todd, my buddy Todd, and Kevin were in the same band with myself in Depth Charge Revolt. That was after One Fine Day. Anyways,
After one,
that's a little history. I do more than talk intelligently into the camera. All right, guys, here it is. 10 minutes intermission. One Fine Day. All right, mute your mics, guys.
all right.
How long do I have to wait for you to notice me say, looking at you, I have got so much to say, and I know that you'll understand. I've been here all this time. I've been here all. Maybe that's not what you want. I've been here all this time. I've been here all. Maybe that's not what you want. Everyone knows that a girl who tries too hard will never break into their love, especially if she is a real kind of girl. Because red has never been cool. Not for a girl, been here all this time. I would like to make you mine, but somehow I can't catch your eye. I've been here all this time. I could show you my life, but somehow I can't catch your eye. So I will change my approach. I will step even closer to you. Listen to my heart. And you will understand me. And you will understand that I've been here all this time. And I will make you mine. And I'll get all of your love. I've been here all this time. I've been showing you my life. And I will get all of your love. There are
Hello, we are back. Hey, Todd, I can't hear you. Unmute yourself. Hey, everybody, we're coming back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Well, do you have an eventful breakdown?
I had to do Secret Service real fast. Yeah.
Whoa.
You're just really into the music?
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
Dude, that was awesome. I saw you guys play it
Yeah.
a bunch of times at a couple of parties in Santa Cruz. I was always really blown away by you guys. Really dug it. And little did I know I'd be in a band with both you guys a year later.
Yes. And little did you know that you'd be live streaming first time reader chats about the Wheel of Time. Robert Jordan, huzzah! Bringing old friends together.
Word.
Bam. Word up.
All right, so we got to get through 2 books, and we got to be done by exactly 7. So let's chug through this. We got some fun things to get through.
Should we? You wanna kick it?
Drop that beat, yo.
The dogs love it even.
Bark, 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 bark.
All right. Yo, yeah. Now here's the time where I do a rap, and normally it's kind of a bunch of crap, but I wrote stuff down and it's a winner. I made it a little leaner, a little slimmer. This is how Random Matt played for the dinner. All right, this is about chapter 31, guys. It's about play for yourself. All right. 1, 2, 3, and on came the road, it headed east. Men ran, hiding from any men on up east. Approaching farmhouses, showing they're able to work for some hot food and a stable. For them to sleep in a bed of hay and leave early in the morning, sore but on their way. Yo. All right. I'm getting there. Matt started getting shifty eyes, making farmers distrustful of these guys, until they hit the farm and Master Grinwell, who looked him over and said, "Oh, what the hell?
What the hell?"
Yeah. And my wife here will even wash her clothes. We've not seen much as dirty as those. They ate and Matt took out Tom's balls, and his juggling resulted in many curtain calls. But Elsa Grinwell, the eldest daughter, obviously thought Rand was much hotter. So we whipped out Tom's flute and played. And the Grinwell farmstead sang and swayed. All right, almost there.
Swing and sway.
Yeah.
Huh.
Rand played every song he knew.
Stop.
Mistress Annoyance Rooster and a Tarwin's Gap song too. The song about a willow, a song about a bear. The Grinwells raise their arms like they just don't care. From that day forward, that's how it would begin. Rand and Matt will walk all day until they found an inn. If you let us perform for very little pay, we will bring this common room to be lively and gay. Me with his ear flute, my friend, and his juggling balls We'll bring the people singing and shaming in your halls. After that, there was no more sleeping in the hay. They always had some food to eat and a room to stay. And when the next morning, when they had to depart, there usually was some farmer with a room in his cart. It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Cart. Farmer.
Word.
What's a farmer without a cart?
None of those things. It's fun to see our boys earn their performing wings, and everything went swimming until they got to a place that was called the Four Kings.
Four Kings.
That's it.
Repeat the outro. We'll end it on time.
It's fun to watch our boys get their performance wings, and everything was awesome until they got to Four Kings. All right. Word. I'm sweating. God, yeah, I'm sweating.
Oh.
All right.
Comedy gold.
Achoo.
The gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic, Dan.
This man played for hours over those lyrics, those lines. We practiced this night and day. Thank you, Marty Beck. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you.
Hold on, we practiced this night and day? Was I supposed to be practicing this night and day? Hey.
Oh, we got a mic drop. Thank you, guys. More bars in the Vegas Strip. My hands are too sticky to clap. Oh.
By the way, I figured out what DT means.
I think DT first should is if there's like a nursing hotline, I'd contact that first, and then if you can't get a hold of them, just go straight to the emergency room. Sticky hands is not a good sign.
Yeah. Did you get stung by a bee?
How are your numbers?
All right, guys. Chapter 31 is play for your supper. We have a hair and mark blade. I gave a rap.
Really, Dan, that was the best thing we've done ever.
What?
That was pretty awesome.
That was a great thing we just did.
Okay, I'll try and do one every week. I'll try and do I'll do what I can do. I got to hear the music better though. I got like when I talk, I can't hear the music. So,
well, you
need
should
some bass.
figure that out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Bass.
That's okay.
Bass in your face, dude.
Bass. How low can you go?
Death row.
Born and raised. All right.
This is the way.
Just so you know.
So like I did kind of say, they're on the road to Camelin. They're going east. They're trying to go to Camelin eventually. This is where they said they would meet up with everyone if they got separated, and they are indeed separated. Tom told them to go to Camelin. And that's where
Times are tough too.
Times are tough. They're walking the road. They're sleeping under hedges. They're approaching farms and just saying, "Hey, can we just carry water or cut wood or something so we could sleep in a barn with some hay?" Hey,
odd jobs.
Hey, Malkier Talks from Discord wants to know: do you think Rand should have taken Elsa up on her bed warming offer? Do you think Rand should have taken Elsa up on her bed warming offer?
Well, that comes up later in the chapter, but it's a great point in the book. I really dig it.
I thought we were there. Dang it.
Not yet. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We haven't gotten to the Grinwell farm yet.
One farm after farm after farm. Okay.
So many farms.
It's
farms.
going to be a juicy little
rap about it, right?
point.
You did rap about it. Okay, go on.
Yeah, that is going to be awesome. So yeah, they pretty much are just working, and things are getting kind of tough for them. They're stealing eggs. They're trying to steal milk. Dogs are chasing them up trees for people are chasing them down the road with cudgels. Things are not going well, it seems. And a lot of it seems. Oh, go ahead.
Villages are reminding him of Edmund's Field, and
Correct.
he sees thatch. He sees thatch roof.
Yep.
He's like thatch. Thatch. That's thatch right there.
So, hey, where's the thatchular pad? Thatch.
Yeah, that's how you see Thatch again. Just like home.
And things are getting a little shadier for him though. And I think half of it is because Matt is starting to get shifty. He's not really being the coolest companion or worker. I guess maybe he's working hard, but people are just getting the jeebies creeped out of him by him.
Yep.
One guy had offered him a meal and a bed, and it turns out all 4 of my big giant sons are coming. They should be here any minute. Why don't you just split? Sorry, no room. Nope. And she's all, here, just take the food and go. No. Yeah, things are not good for him until they get to the Grinwell house. Ryan, the Grinwell farmstead. There's 9 children in this house. Elsa is the eldest daughter. So there's just a bunch of little kids running around.
Yes.
They take them in. They give them fresh clothes. They do some work and they sit down to eat, and then they start entertaining this household.
Yeah, they've
like crazy.
They've become quite the entertainers, I must say. You know, Rand's playing the flute. Matt's juggling.
Right. And this is something it seems like they would do like as a thank you for, hey, thanks for the dinner. Thanks for letting us stay here. We can do a little entertainment. This is before PlayStation, so there wasn't a whole lot for the kids to do.
But it does bring us back to our old friend Tom. He concerted effort to teach him these things. And at one point,
yes,
there's they pull Tom aside and whisper in his ear and be like, what's going on, man? Why are you pushing us so hard? We're just putting on a show here for these sailors. And he's like, what are you talking about? You might need this someday. Flash forward. Boom.
Here we are.
And so what do you think Rand's like voice is like? In your headcanon, does Rand sing, or is he only playing the flute?
I think he's just a flautist.
He's he's just a one-time at band campist?
He's a tin piper.
Okay. All right, so
I agree with Todd. I don't think that he is singing. I think people are singing along, and that's why some of the song titles change and they add their different lyrics and all that, but the tune's the same, and he just taps his foot and goes
yeah,
just like that. Yeah,
just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah,
over and over and over again.
So yeah, Matt starts juggling balls, and it's something he does for the kids. The kids love it. He like pretends to almost drop them and keep going. He's juggling. He's doing the whirly woos. He's doing the figure eights. He's doing the triple lindies. He's doing the rock paper scissors. He's doing them all. And everyone is just loving it, clapping. He gives a great flourish. He bows. The kids are all happy.
Farmer, the main guy, he digs it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves it.
He's like, yeah, boys, rock it.
Well, and Elsa loves it, but not the juggling part. She just likes staring at this tall, strapping redhead in front of her. She's, I think the proper term is mooning over him. She is definitely mooning, like, do you remember Back to the Future? Remember when she's like, oh, he's so dreamy? That's what I think Elsa Grinwell is doing. And Rand is the kid who's like, whoa, Doc, this is heavy. Marty McFly. Anyways.
Totally. I'm right there with you, dude.
So she is making him uncomfortable to the point where he's like, okay, I'm just going to get my flute. I'm not even going to look at you. And he starts playing. He plays every song he knows.
He's like the looks she's giving me are gonna get us kicked off this farm quick, man.
Right. For once, it's not gonna be Matt who gets us in trouble.
It's just a classic farmer's daughter situation. I love it.
So he's just comically playing song after song because he just doesn't want to like deal with this moment he's gonna have to deal with when like they're all like, oh, let's get, oh, I'm getting tired. We're gonna hunker down and go to bed. He's like, that moment is terrifying him, so he just keeps playing song after song after song.
Right. And I'm not sure how good the strategy is. If someone is super attracted to your talent and you don't want them to be attracted to you, why are you still killing it? I mean,
Good question. Good question.
Thanks, Eddie.
Like I said, curveballs, baby. Yeah, good question.
Great question.
Yeah, she's like, you played so beautifully. I've never heard anything so beautiful in all my life, all my nubile life. And he's like, okay, let's play the pig in the sky.
Oh yeah, you like this? I'll play it backwards. I'll play it forwards.
The old black bear coming home from Tarwin's Gap, Mr. Sonara's roosters, the wind that shakes the willow. He throws it all out there. I think he's throwing, I think that's like throwing in country and then doing like a Miley Cyrus song and then doing like an old Backstreet Boys song, doing like an Elvis song. I don't think that there's any genre. He's just throwing everything, the kitchen sink at him.
Yeah, he's very eclectic.
Yeah, he's like that guy in college where he's like the worst college radio station you've ever heard. Just jumping genres without rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna play the Radiohead album "OK Computer," but we're gonna do it at 1/1000th speed.
And then we're going to be reading Noam Chomsky's autobiography at double speed.
Call me Noam. I think that's what it's called, right?
Take a chomp out of imperialism. Yeah, call me Noam. All right.
It's called "There's No Place Like Noam." All right.
Okay.
All right. So the Master Grimwell's like, oh yeah, gosh, the farm doesn't wait for any man. I wish I could just hang out. This is great. You guys are great. And Mr. Grinwell's like, yeah, why are they even going to go sleep in the barn where our daughter can go get them? Why don't we just sleep? Why didn't she sleep with me? They can have her room and no shenanigans. And Rand's like, thank you. Woo, I did not want shenanigans.
Mama Grinwell's like, you ain't getting near my daughter.
Right. And they
he's relieved.
Yeah, they end up going to and start taking their advice because Master Grinwell was like, man, I would pay a pretty penny at a tavern. And I have paid for worse crap than what you're throwing at this wall. You guys got some skill, boy. I
take this on the road, boy.
And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Remember that time we were in New Orleans and all those people were just playing music on the street and they just threw money in their hat? It was something like that.
Exactly.
So they would walk all day. And this was part of the issue that Rand had, is because they had to stop half in the day to go to a farm and work to try and get some food. This time they could just walk all day, get to an inn, say, hey, we got the skills, pay our bills. Boom. They even get a drunken farmer or merchant to drive them a good few miles in their cart in the next day. And they're starting to cook. They're getting a nice little rhythm going.
Yeah, they're grooving.
I'm proud of the boys. Yeah,
they're moving and grooving. They're making good pace.
They're getting some coins sometimes, a couple coppers.
Yeah, man.
Freeze copper. Not that kind of, no, like real copper. And this is how it's going until it says, but then they came to Four Kings. And that's how the chapter ends. I'm glad we didn't stop there. I'm glad that we were able to read this next chapter because it bleeds right in. They go to Four Kings. Let's reflect on this last chapter, those singing for your supper or whatever. Play for your supper. So what are your thoughts about this new little move in vocation that the boys seem to have?
I love it, man. They're just going on tour, to all these villages. Like,
Camelin or bust, man.
load up the van. So I kind of like, thought about it like that. Like Ryan and I went on a tour and stuff with our band, Upcharge Revolt. Kind of like it's cool. I like that part. They're just getting out there. There's also something that's going on with Matt. I think someone just asked a question about Matt too, and he's getting like super suspicious and really protective of his ruby dagger.
Correct.
And Rand notices, takes, he observes his face, and he notices his face has become like really taut, and his mouth is wait, what is it? Yeah, the skin around his mouth and eyes is white. So he's like
White.
Sounds like he's becoming possessed in a way, which is really interesting.
Okay.
And I think that dagger is like holding a part of Shadar Logoth, and it's something's happening to him. And it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings, with Gollum and the ring, and how it kind of like, it puts a spell on him and just takes him over. And I think I'm afraid that's happening to Matt. It's kind of a bummer.
And
Okay.
these are causing physical changes in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Rand's noticing, he just looks just kind of like bugged out and paranoid, and he's always clutching. He's always got his hand on his. Oh my God, this sounds terrible. I was gonna say a hand on his dagger, but
Right on. No, I dig it.
He's always reaching for that. He's always clutching it. Hey, Todd. So basically that's your answer for Malkir's question. Is Matt being a dick on purpose? You would say no, this is not on purpose, correct?
This is not on purpose. Yeah, I think he's being just kind of possessed. He's slowly becoming possessed by the dark magic that's in the dagger from Shadar Logoth.
And then Malkir has one more question for us. He says, are they ever going to make it to Camelin, or do you think they're going to get captured first? What's your prediction?
And it remains to be seen. I mean, I know what happens, in the next chapter. We're going on to the next chapter, but at this point, I was thinking initially that it's just going to be this long, drawn out, just, journey for them. And they probably won't even make it to Camelin in this book, I'm thinking. It just seems the way that, each party is separated, and they keep getting deeper and deeper into situations with other parties, and like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get to it in this book.
Okay.
Well,
Right on.
That's my prediction.
Right on.
good. Interesting.
Interesting.
Who is your favorite character in this chapter, this last one?
I really like Elsie. No,
No, it's okay.
I'm kidding. Let's see who. I was kind of missing Rand, because we were so Perrin focused in the past like couple of chapters, and I missed kind of his point of view on things.
Cool.
So
Marty Beck
digging
wants to
Rand
know.
still, man.
Say it again. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Say it again.
So yeah, I'm digging Rand again.
Nice.
Really,
Nice.
It's good to be back in his mind.
You're connecting to his musician side, getting on the road, playing music. Todd, do you follow along on the map? Marty Beck wants to know.
I do occasionally. I should do it more though, and I will do it.
You just got nerd shamed.
I know.
I just on a personal level, I got a puppy recently, and the puppy chewed out the map. So, yeah, I know.
Which is weird because you've had to buy a couple more of yourself because puppy chews on you at night, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to tell her to stop, but then she starts on my foot, and it kind of feels good. And then next thing you know, I'm completely consumed.
No stuffing. Yeah, you have to order Amazon. You've been like
Yeah.
one day ordering like yourself a couple times.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I have Jeff on speed dial.
Jeff.
JB.
Jeff with a G.
He told me when the show's coming, and I'm not telling you. All right, let's go on to Four Kings, my favorite place on earth.
Yeah, this
A lot
is a
of
great place.
A lot happens. We don't have a lot of time. Todd, what's your heart out? 7?
Yeah, 7.
All right.
Okay, yeah,
We got
let's get
15 minutes.
Let's plow, and I got a special surprise for everyone that's going to take about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So they get to this place, the Four Kings. It's a kind of a shabby town. It's big enough, but certainly doesn't warrant the name Four Kings, at least according to Rand. There's like a weird feel in the town. People are walking. Their good wives aren't gossiping over fences, which is, I guess, a staple in any functioning village, is for good wives to gossip. They're not gossiping. All the shutters are locked tight, and no one's making eye contact. Everyone is just kind of keeping to themselves and scuttering across the roads and stuff. Some of the merchants say some suggestive things to some of the women crossing that makes Rand and even Matt kind of
All
blush.
right. Let's I want to pause. I want to put a pin in this, and then I want to highlight it.
Okay.
So they're very much specifically saying, "Ooh, that made Matt even blush."
Even Matt,
Okay,
yeah.
So Matt is somehow known to just be more into this or more experimental, or so basically what this makes me think of is like what is Matt's kink? Like we know Rand's kink is hairbrushing. And we know parents' kink is clearly got something to do with animals, which we can't even talk about. It's not even legal. But like, what is Matt's kink? And just wondering, putting it out there.
Well, Matt did have issues with animals early as well. There was a badger. He's throwing rocks at birds. So I think someone that is that
I think older
dominant in life, he's a sub.
He's a sub.
Yep.
He's a permanent bottom.
No, he okay, never mind. I don't.
All right.
Gosh.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
What say you in the chat?
Yeah. What's Matt's kink? The one-handed Ryan Ford puppet. So all right, so they decide they're gonna go on with their thing. There's a rain coming. They can hear thunder. They start like that cute little pervert. So a rain is coming, and they're like, "Well,
here we go." I want to say, Tree says, "I want to say so bad." LOL. You're right. It's badgers.
It's badgers. It is.
All right.
He's a furry.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. It's not. No, he's not. It's not the illegal kind. He's a furry. Great resolve.
It's like Mario when he puts on the fox thing and is able to fly in that one video game. Mario 12, I think. Too fast, too Mario. The Mario and the Furious. I don't know. All right, so they decide they're gonna still do their thing. Matt's like, well, I bet you there's a lot of music around, but I bet you they don't have jugglers. I have a unique skill. You are a dime a dozen, buddy, but who can juggle like me? No one. All right, so they start going. There's like 4 different inns that they go. They're all just too loud and busy. Someone apparently puked right in front of Matt's feet on the floor, and he had to step lively on his way to the door.
Did you step lively when you read it, Dan?
I pictured myself. I did not, but I was, it was, I was there, but I didn't do it. And they finally get to a place called the Dancing Cartman. The Dancing Cartman is painted as flourishy as all the other ones, but seems a little run down. There is no music coming from it. When they peek inside, there's about 6 people in there, patrons, 6, bar servers are doing nothing. The floor's dirty. There's cobwebs, but they're just moving around so that they don't get yelled at.
We decided that there's wenches and then there's menches. There's serving wenches, and then if you're a male, you're mensch.
A mensch or a barnacle.
Nice.
I like how our introduction to the first any skin keeper.
Any skin keeper, yes. Any skin keeper.
The first any skin keeper that we've seen.
If anyone wants to take that for your Discord or Patreon or Twitter name, go for it. The any skin keeper.
Sure. It says the first slow peal of thunder rumbled across 4 kings. What do you want? He's and so right before we this innkeeper who is Samuel Hake. Right before he speaks, there's a ominous peal of thunder that rolls over 4 kings.
Yeah.
They don't feel good about it, but they give him the spiel. And he's but this guy seems kind of dodgy, and Hake is one of the guys who does all these things that I couldn't do physically. When he's like looking, when he's looking at the sword and licking his lips and stuff and smiling, it's hard to do. They hear that they do have a dulcimer player on, I don't know, on standby, on on salary, but this guy's drunk and he's never around. Hake just doesn't even look, just wham, just smacks the woman who's talking with the back of his hand.
I was like, what the?
This is a highly problematic situation, but I want to really quickly point out that we have one of the most amazing things ever, the Thin Keeper.
Yeah, perfect.
That is the best. It's now forever going to be in my mind as the Thin Keeper. And Dean Moxley's coming in saying the dancing Cartman always makes you think of Eric Cartman, frontman of the mega boy band Finger Bang.
Yeah, that's what I thought about.
Oh, Mom, that's so cool, man.
I wonder what came first. Thin Keeper. Oh my God, that's great.
It's fantastic.
So they decide, Hake says, yeah, that's fine. There's a couple pallets and an empty storeroom in the back. You eat when everyone's done, and hopefully there'll be something left. I don't know. And Rand's a good negotiator. Rand's like, no, baby. We eat 2 hours after dark, no later. And we want your best stuff. We don't want scraps. So fine. After ogling at the sword, wiping drool off his face.
I'm not impressed. If he was showing real power, he would have advocated for the improved treatment of all the women under his care.
Yes. You know what? They are strangers. The 4 kings. I don't know.
Be sure to smash our like button and
be sure to smash our serving people. Hake is the worst, but to RJ's credit, he does not glorify this violence at all. He makes it sound like this Samuel Hake is the biggest dick in the world, and this, but
huge dick.
There is no empowerment with these women at all. When they are fearful of this man, and are always stepping lightly whenever he frowns. They are all upset, and we see why, because they could just out of the blue get slapped. Not only slapped without warning, but also if they drop the wine and a cup breaks, then they get docked for it. What a dick!
Yeah. Where's OSHA? Where's the better? Where's the Better Business Bureau? I'm gonna give this guy a 1-star.
Worker protections. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna Yelp the F out of this. Anyway.
I'm gonna grab my food and be like blah, right? And just do like 4 barfy faced emojis.
There you go.
Is there a barfy face emoji? Barfing on the floor, rolling or something. Anyways, so
I have but one song.
So Rand starts playing, and everyone goes, "Hey, this kid's got some talent." Even the 2 thick guys that are Hake's bodyguards or thugs or whatever they are, they're the bouncers. They're the security. They're the ones who keep the velvet rope velvet. You know what I mean?
They're into it. Yeah, they're interested.
We do hear a song called "The Drunken Peddler" that is played. That I did claim that as my original moniker when we were first doing this, Ryan. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was from a song called "The Drunken Peddler" that Rand plays in this bar.
Right.
I remember that.
So they play for a while. Matt's struggling. They're playing. The place starts booming. As soon as like word comes that there's a decent entertainment coming, people just want to be entertained, man. They just want to be entertained. You give them entertainment, they're going to show up. And even a place like the Dancing Cartman, cool, man. People are going to come. And they're going to try and squeeze some of these serving people's butts, apparently.
Yeah, it's a thing there. Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing. To where like the 2 thugs have to like rescue women at times. This place is a tough place. Someone gets there's fights breaking out over whether they want music or juggling, which must be such an ego boost.
Blood is drawn, actually.
Blood is drawn. Someone gets cut in the face. And then they both get just thrown off after getting hit on the head with sticks.
Dude, it's a tough crowd.
I mean, the equivalent would be like people fighting like over you and hi, Dan.
Yeah.
Like some people would be like demanding freestyle rap, and then other people would be demanding, my dulcet narrations and just witticisms that come out of nowhere. And then
someone would shank you, be like, no.
They're shaking. No, shake us, Todd. Come on.
Yeah, not us. We're up on stage going, "Hey, dude, check that out."
Right,
They're fighting
our audiences. No, actually, guys, every time one of our audience members leave, in my mind, they just got shanked. All right, move on. We don't got time. We got to hurry up.
Dude,
all right.
We got minutes.
Within the crowd is a specific patron that does not. That one of these things are not like the other. One of these things just do not belong. So this guy is obviously not a normal patron. And we find out later that he had been going from end to end to end. He comes in, dripping water. He's about to go and like stops in his tracks and turns and then gets like a real satisfied smile like he just found what he was looking for. Yeah, because he's just have found what he's looking for.
You too. Nice.
Yeah, me too. This guy is dressed all in velvet. He has velvet slippers, for crying out loud.
He has a soft look.
He has a soft, placid look or plumpy look, fleshy. No, it was fleshy. He has a fleshy look to him.
Yeah.
I've never worn velvet slippers, let alone to a bar. They would get ruined, right? When it's raining and shit.
You would definitely be stepping lively.
Yeah. But stay off of my blue velvet shoes.
You might just be the liveliest stepping motherfucker you've ever seen, and nothing ever gets on them fucking velvet shoes. But you're right, Dan. This is completely out of place. If this guy's trying to hide, you're like, yeah, it's like RuPaul trying to hide in a Mormon tabernacle. Go on.
So what are your thoughts right now before as they're playing? The crowd's getting rowdy. This guy comes in. What are your thoughts going, Todd?
I'm loving it, man. It's just a rough, ready crowd, and it's great. And the tension's building. The innkeeper keeps looking at his sword and stuff. and they're sensing like, oh man, they're gonna like rob us or something like that. Matt and Rand are totally like catching on to everything.
Right.
It's a tense little moment. I love it. Action packed.
Yeah, as they're passing, Rand leans over to Matt and kind of whisper yells, Hank's gonna rob us. And Matt's like, yeah,
all
I
over
know that.
that.
Yeah, I know that, bud.
That's so last year, so last week.
I got to juggle. Do you mind?
Shaw. Yeah.
So they wrap up their stuff after about 2 hours. They gather all their things. Hank is like, What's going on? What are you doing? He's like, we're gonna eat. We need to have our strength up if we're gonna keep up, getting all your money for you. He's like, all right, fine, feed them. Yeah. They go in. Matt chows down big time. Rand goes out into the stable yard to go check because the cooks are talking about how this guy had checked pretty much half the inns in town before he came here, and there was no reason why he came. He even went to the Royal Goose or whatever place, the Royal Inn, and left right away. So they're not sure why he's there, but he's got some money. Rand sneaks out into the rain, sees that there is indeed a lacquered carriage with a name on it, Goad. And he recognizes these carriages were prevalent in Whitebridge, where the Fade attacked the boys and Tom. He goes back in, shares this with with Matt. Matt's just scarfing. They're like, well, yeah, we should go. But there's big tough guys everywhere. Big tough guy even threatens Rand on his way back into the thing, saying, hey, the night's long, boy. We got a bet saying you got that sword from your grandma. But if I say your grandma, kick your ass. He's like, yeah, okay, bye. Okay.
More shucks.
They keep on playing. This spooky dude in the velvet seems all self-satisfied again with a big smile. They notice that the inn itself is kind of a trap for him. If they try to get off the stage, they're gonna get booed and the crowd's gonna go nuts. So they don't even have to be watched by the people who want to get them because everyone's doing the watching for them. So they're playing their hearts out until finally things start wrapping up. In fact, everyone pretty much leaves. The fleshy dude, the fleshy velvet guy, whispers to or kind of corners Hake and gets a room, gives them a smile like, bye boys, see you soon. Mwah. And he's like, well, what's that all about? Hake and the two tough guys, and actually the fleshy guy's name is Howell Goad. Howell Goad. Cool.
Yeah.
The tough guys' name are Strom and Jack. So Strom and Jack and Hake take Rand and Matt to a storeroom that is pretty dumpy, pretty not used, but there are 2 pallets there as it was promised. The door does not lock on the inside, but it is a pretty thick door.
How convenient.
How convenient, yes. And they see that it seems like someone is kind of posted up guard down the hall in front of the door so that they can't go out there. There's a window. When they open the window, they see that it has bars over it.
Terrible. Yeah.
They are able to barricade the door with these like triangles. I don't remember what they are, but
they're splitting wedges.
Correct. A splitting wedge. So it's like if you're trying to cut wood, you would hit this thing and it does flare on the end. They jam that into the door and are trying to knock out the bars with a crowbar. Every time thunder hits, they're pulling. But they're not making much up. They're not making much progress.
Yeah. Tension's high, dude.
Tension's
high.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah, I just love the scene, man. Tension's high. They're making noise when the thunder claps. Like, oh, it's good.
Yeah,
and there's someone outside the door. They're like, oh my god.
Right.
It's clear that Rand has lost his Narg lifting strength. The strength he used to lift the dead Narg corpse off of him,
Gone.
it's gone. We had long discussions about how strong he is, and it seems like
Well, he's played all night though.
maybe that's it. Yeah, I mean, hey, he's a starving musician right now.
The flautist. Oh, go on.
You just like saying flautist. The Rand flautist. Puts it. That's on his. That's on. That's on his. Oh gosh.
His business card.
This business. Yeah. I was gonna. What is that one website you always get asked for? That it's all about business. Anyways, I'll think about it.
GoDaddy.com.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, his LinkedIn. Right in his LinkedIn, he has flautist.
I toss balls.
Yeah, Narg lifter.
Narg lifter.
All right, moving on.
All right, so they are in the process of trying to free these really well set bars in front of this window when they hear a thump at the door. Someone is trying to get in. They're like, Hake, we're sleeping. Leave us alone. And some super creepy voice is like, no, my friend, you mistake me.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out it is the slippered velvet man, the fleshy man, Goad. And he pretty much is like, submit to my master.
Yep. The great lord of the dark has marked you for his own.
Correct.
Sorry.
Submit to my master, to your master, or you will be made to submit. That would not be pleasant for you. The great lord of the dark rules death, and he can give life to death or death in life as he chooses. Open this door. One way or another, your running is at an end. Open it, I say. Creepy.
AF.
So what are your thoughts about
I'm
Goad?
blown away by this because he also mentioned something that he thinks they're dreadlords, or like he says it's written that when the Dark One awakes, the new dreadlords will be there to praise him. And he's like, "Oh, you must be two of them, or else I wouldn't have been sent here to find you," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a lot of stuff being dropped right here. Like
he's like, "Yeah, you guys are like generals," and they're like, "No, go away. We're trying to sleep."
We're just retired flautists.
They can tell that there are people with Goad outside in the hallway. He hears creaking the floorboards and can tell that there's a few men there. He brought 2 carriages, so and they said they brought all his servants and stuff, but who knows if these were actually servants or just big tough guys. Out the window, in fact, there's also like 4 or 5 people that he sees in the shadows. They're trapped. The door is getting banged in closer. It's giving a little bit, a quarter inch, tiny bit, quarter inch. They don't know what they're going to do. He's like, I have to find a way out. The rain is pounding. Thunder is going crazy. And suddenly, boom, there's an explosion. Rand gets thrown against the wall. Matt gets tossed under some barrels.
That's exactly what I imagined.
The room is completely disheveled then. The bars and the window and half the wall is gone. The lamp is tilted over, and Rand delicately picks up the lamp while his head is still like, he's just all rung up. He's like, Matt, what happened? What happened? Matt's like, oh man, lightning just hit the bars and blew everything up. Matt was looking right at it. He even can't see so well because his eyes are all fried up a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's like
Rand
or something.
Yeah, he can't see right there, or he's just picking out vague form of Rand at that point. They look to see where Goad was. There was nothing moved in the corridor beyond the door. There was no sign of them. They went into the alley out the window, and there were bodies on the ground. And Matt and Rand kind of step lively around these bodies and leave the dancing cartman. It's pouring rain. They turn around and there's someone is shaking their fist at them or at the sky and yelling as they disappear behind a curtain of water. Yay! Shake harder, boy!
Boy. You're gonna buy me
A new wall, boy.
a wall.
So who do you think was shaking his fist?
That I don't know. I was trying to figure it out.
Elsa.
Yeah.
She tracked him
followed them.
down. She
Yeah,
followed
she-
him. She was going to
Get
sneak
you.
into the room and then
I'll get you, flautist.
I'll get your flout. All right,
Get
let's.
you, flautist. No.
Like, subscribe.
All right.
Yeah, baby. So that's the end of chapter 32. It ends on page 454. And that was it. I think we are doing we might only have to do 2 chapters this next time.
I agree. The next one is a very hefty one. So yeah, let's plan on 2 chapters next week. Chapter 33 and 34.
33 is called The Dark Waits. 34 is called The Last Village. Do you have any predictions or thoughts about those names, Todd?
The Dark Waits. It's very ominous. And the Heron Mark Blade is the little thing at the beginning of it. So it's going to be an info dump, I think. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, like, if the bolt of lightning was just totally random, or is there something behind it? I don't know. I'm still blown away by that. Like, I don't know what is going on. I freaking love it, Robert Jordan. Thank you.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, that was confusing a little bit to read, even because Rand doesn't quite know what happens.
Just the room blows up. He's like blown across the room. Yeah, it's just great. I love it, man. It's great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, yeah, I think we're all good. Is there any other questions? I know we have a hard out. So, is there anything else that we need to address with this, right?
Yeah, if there's any questions, I could do like one more question probably. Because I don't know, man. I was thinking that maybe, I guess Aes Sedai, they can control lightning, right?
Well, here's what we've seen. We've seen Moraine, like we've seen fog happen.
Right. She can control the elements.
But I think that there were stories perhaps of during the battle against the Trollocs. I think maybe Master Alvir mentioned that she was doing something with lightning. I'm not sure, but there's not. I don't know if we really know anything about that.
Oh, yeah. Like she was doing that to the Trollocs in Emond's Field that night or winter night. Wasn't she blasting Trollocs like with lightning? I can't remember.
Yeah. And Rand only heard it. He didn't see it firsthand. He heard it secondhand, if anything. Just on a side note.
Or is it something else? I don't know. Is it some other magic? Who knows? I love it.
But you do. So you're not on. It's a coincidence. Level.
I don't think it's a coincidence. It's either like an Aes Sedai power or some other ancient power. Kind of like the Shadar Logoth stuff.
Right on.
Like outside of the Aes Sedai. Or even the steading kind of thing. The power of the steading. I guess that's more of an ancient power that doesn't have anything to do with the Aes Sedai. I don't know. So many questions.
Well, that's why the book didn't end with this chapter. That's why there's more.
I know. I love it. It's fucking in it.
All right, my friend.
All
Well
right,
done,
boys.
Todd.
Beautiful.
Ryan, you said you had something or no?
Nope.
Okay.
We're feeling great. That was a great episode.
Yeah. All right, my man. Well, get back to reading, would you?
All right.
Yeah, you read, you filthy animal.
Chapter
Love you, Todd.
33.
Thanks for hanging
Chapter
out with us.
33. Under a leaden sky.
Here's
card bumped.
actually here's something that you don't know. The Dark Waits is Tom's younger brother.
Boom. All right. Well, we gotta thank you, Marty Beck. Interesting. Good job, Men and Puppets. All right, great episode. Thank you, Dana Lou. If you guys see us in the next time you see us, just give us a big sup it. Yeah. Sup it. Woo!
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with everyone. See you guys next week.
Have a great day.